Hello, thank you for joining me on the first crystal video that I'm doing, and I'm hoping that this does not knock the camera over because it's quite heavy. This is my box of crystals. So I'm going to show you a few of my crystals, and I'm going to I'm going to answer a few questions that people ask me. So I also sell these on market stalls and events. So I'm going to answer a couple of questions that I'm frequently asked, and I'm going to do some short videos, and I will try and keep them pretty short just to give you some knowledge about the crystals. It'll be the next one will be about cleansing the crystals. I'll also tell you a little bit about how to make crystal elixirs safely without putting the crystals in the water. I'll also go through some of the crystals, the ones that are frequently used, and maybe some rarer ones as well, possibly some that you've never heard of or maybe never seen before. Okay, so this is my box. I've already opened it there. Okay, so all these crystals in here. I'll say I'm being a bit careful, it's falling off. Okay, let me just pop it over here. Right, so I get some of these out. Okay, I've got a piece of rough amethyst, calcite, citrine. What else do I want? Rose quartz, flushite, clear quartz, and this is what's known as a Herkimer diamond. It's actually a type of quartz, not a diamond. So anybody thinking of coming to burgle me, this is not a diamond, it's a type of quartz. It just happens to be called a Herkimer diamond, and I will explain why in a future video when I go into details of that particular stone. Okay, so I think I've got a few there to show you and answer a few common questions anyway. There's a few more. Right, so question number one, I have to write them down because I knew I'd forget. Okay, and people often say, what do I buy? Right, well, it's actually quite easy. You buy the one that calls you, you buy the one that attracts you to it, the one that is literally drawing you to it. So when you walk into a store and you've got all these crystals, or you see a stall on the market that's got loads of crystals and things, you have a look and one of them will be calling you to it. And sometimes the energy is quite gentle. You don't actually, you've got to sort of stand and you've got to look over them for a few minutes before you actually find it. Sometimes it's almost as though the crystal's bouncing up and down and shouting to you, I'm here, yeah, take me home. Yeah, I mean, obviously they don't do that. It would be quite interesting to see the reaction of people if they did do that. It's quite funny. I'd quite enjoy seeing that. But anyway, yeah, so another thing you can do as well to help you find the crystal that you're drawn to is to give yourself a bit of a shake. Now, sometimes you can't do this because you could be in a store with a lot of people there. Just imagine if you have a cold shudder, for instance, just go like that. Like you've had a cold shudder, so nobody thinks anything of it. But it's basically to get stagnant energy off you. You shake it off, shake yourself, and then when you look, you'll actually find it a little bit easier to see which one you're drawn to. Okay, so just try that next time that you go into a store, or next time you're trying to buy a crystal, or even if it's crystals that you've got yourself and you don't know which one to use at that particular time, give yourself a shake and then it's easier to see. Okay, second question. Yeah, polished or rough? It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. Right. Now, okay, these are different stones, but if they were the same stone, and I do have a piece of rough rose quartz, I don't think it's in here though. I think it's in the room. But let me just have a look at what have I got here, which is here we go. Amethyst, amethyst. Okay, the energy in the rough piece will be as powerful as the energy in the polished piece. The energy in the polished piece is as powerful as the energy in the rough piece. It makes no difference. All right, it's what you're comfortable with. So if you like the feel of a polished piece more than the rough piece, then go for the polished one. If you like the rough piece far more, then go for the rough piece. Some people only collect the rough piece because they think it's natural and they like natural things. It's fair enough. I've got a mixture of all of them, and I think majority of people have got a mixture of both as well. But it's what you feel comfortable with. There is no right or wrong. Okay, so don't worry about which one. Just go for the one that you're drawn to, right? The one that you feel comfortable with. Okay, so that's that one. Question number 3. That size or that size? Again, it makes no difference. Okay, so going back to the amethyst, if these were both amethysts, they're clearly not. But if they were, that size would be exactly the same energy as that size. It makes no difference. Okay, it makes no difference in the size of the crystal. Okay, the only time that you're going to be thinking about the size, for instance, if you're doing maybe balancing your chakras, for instance, and you're lying down and you're putting the crystals on top of you, or maybe you're doing it for another person, they're lying down, you're putting the crystals on. If the person under the crystals moves, right, so if you imagine I'm lying back and maybe I've got these crystals, something like this. I mean, I'm not putting these exact, but if I was to move and those crystals fell off, that one would be easier to spot on the floor than that one. Okay, so that size would be easier to find than that size, right? Simple as that. Okay, but you can hold both of these. If you're doing meditation, you can hold both of them. The other time that you might think about the size is if you're carrying it in your bag, your pocket, your wallet, or your purse. It might be easier to look for that type of size rather than that type of size. Which brings me to a warning. Okay, so anybody watching this, if you're a would-be mugger, right, and you're following somebody down the street, just make sure that that person's not a crystal hoarder. Okay, okay, because I'm just going to show you something. So if you are a would-be mugger and you're going for somebody who's a crystal hoarder, well then you may find that the person you're trying to mug has a bag full of bricks. Okay, and if they swing that bag around your head, you're going to be bloody well regretting it. Yeah, so trust me, would be muggers, make sure you don't go for a crystal addicts, because we are addicts and we have bricks everywhere, and there's no point in burgling our houses either because it's full of bricks. Okay, right, there you go. Okay, last question. Can you put the crystals together? Yes, you can. Some of them work really, really well together. Some of them are complementing each other really nicely. Plus, as well, clear quartz is an amplifier. Clear quartz can amplify the energy of your other crystals. Okay, and again, this is something that I will go into in future videos to show you some of the different energies and some of the things that you can use together as well. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that, and let's put these back. Click subscribe so that you know when I'm doing another crystal video. I'll probably be in a couple of days time, and click like. Let me know underneath what crystals you like, what's your favourite one. I have a lot of favourite. I do like opalite though. which is man-made, by the way, mostly man-made, I should say. Not everyone, but most of them are man-made. Okay, and I'll go into that a bit in one of the videos I do as well, and also toxic crystals. Yes, see if I can find some really nice toxic ones to show you. Okay, but yeah, thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you next time with some more crystals or in one of my tarot videos. Okay, so have a good week, have a good day, whatever you're doing. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.